As mayor of Jerusalem, I was just in South Africa a few months ago, where I tested a concept that I say is probably the best way to fight BDS, and which is ignore it and focus on what is really happening in Jerusalem. And I want to share some thoughts with you. First is people, I share with people, if they really want to understand what we're doing and how we operate, and they want to understand the potential and the vision I have for the city of Jerusalem, best way is to take them 3,000 years backwards in time and share with them how Jerusalem operated for 1,000 years. The city was not divided to tribes. It was not given to a specific tribe. While the people of Israel came from Egypt to the land of Israel, and each tribe had its own piece of land, Jerusalem was the center, the hub, where when people came to the Temple Mount, they felt when they came to the gates of the city that they're like everyone else, equals. The city, there's a very famous saying that Yerushalayim osa kol Israel chaverim, Jerusalem makes all people friends, because at any given moment in time, you saw all tribes, Jews and non-Jews alike, present in the city of Jerusalem. The DNA Jerusalem developed is welcome, come on board. In many ways, Jerusalem was the foundation of modern democracy, where people from all over the world came to the city. They're all different. Yet when they came to the gates, they felt equal. You probably know the famous statement, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, from Zion, new thoughts, new leadership, new Torah comes out. Think about the fact that people came in and out the city, and anything that was successful deployed in Jerusalem, it is automatically, by design, accepted by all people present, which are all people from all over the world. And so when people went back home, they came back home to wherever they live, and they said, here's new de facto standards developed in the city of Jerusalem. The inflow and outflow of people, the hubness of the city of Jerusalem, the fact that it was equal for all people in it, created a unique model that never existed anywhere else in the world. Mind you that 3,000 years ago, there were no Christians. They came 1,000 years later. The Muslims came 1,600 years later. Yet that special features of the city of Jerusalem, unique only to us, the past, in many, many ways, is our future. And I'm telling you, in the last 6+ years as I am mayor, I'm focusing on how to derive the different strategies of developing the city of Jerusalem from that DNA of 3,000 years ago. How do you make Jerusalem a hub for people from all over the world to come and enjoy our city? How do we attract people to go in and see the different holy sites? Muslims, Christians, and Jews each manage their own holy sites in our city. They respect in the street. You go and walk in their streets in the old city or other places, and you find lots of respect. That special DNA of openness and working on the common denominator is part of the vision and what we are doing on a daily basis. Now, Jerusalem in the last few years is enjoying a cultural renaissance. And when I go abroad and show a picture of 26,000 runners that go in and out the old city in the Jerusalem Marathon, or the Formula One Roadshow, that 300,000 people came to its streets, Jews, Muslims, Christians, ultra-Orthodox and secular. And the Light Festival that ended up 3 weeks ago with 400,000 people that go to all quarters of the old city. And we show them the dozen festivals that we're having this summer, and an array of opportunities in high-tech. We scaled from a dozen new startups every year to 40 to 120 new startups just last year. And that cultural renaissance is in many, many ways derived from that vision I shared with you. And when I show people the trends in the results in education and in the investment we're making in infrastructure and the rise of tourism to our city, people listen to this with sometimes amaze. And then I tell them another little statistic, which is Jerusalem is one of the safest cities in the world. Safer than New York, than Los Angeles. As a matter of fact, you compare our crime rates and murder rates, the best way to compare is on every 100,000 people, and while Los Angeles is 8 to 10, and New York is 3 to 4, and Cape Town is 60, Jerusalem in an average year is 0.5 murders. Last year we had a bad year, it was 1.5, which is 1/2 of New York. So when I fly to North America, I pray to come back safely to my city, Jerusalem. And the reason I'm saying all that, when you really focus on the Arab population of Jerusalem, they don't want the city divided. You see sustainable growth in the development of the Arab neighborhoods of Jerusalem. And in many, many ways, they look around, and I'd be interested to share this interesting perspective with you. The best performance in the Middle East are by the Arab Israelis, the ones that are citizens of Israel, the ones that vote to the Knesset. Like us Jews, they know how to complain a lot. I think it's the best. We have a great profession as Israelis. We know how to complain a lot. Yet, if you look at their performance economically, in education, and quality of life, in the Middle East, they're by far doing best. The worst are the fierce enemies of Israel. The Hamas in Gaza, ISIS in Syria, Hezbollah in Lebanon. The more they hate us, the more they're focused on being bad, the worse off they do. The more they cooperate with the Jewish state, the better off they are. And what we propose to the Arab residents of Jerusalem is being extremely good with the good guys, and sometimes they're bad guys. Bad guys will be very, very bad with the bad guys. And that simple message of we really want to improve quality of life resonates very, very well. And I'm sure that that's one of the reasons why our city is doing well, and we're investing the majority of our time and energy in growth and development, as many, many people could see. So I believe that while many of you are focused on defense, and we have to have excellent defense, like any basketball team like Hapoel Yerushalayim, and we deserve a lot of credit for the last week. So a lot of us have to play defense, but we also have to play offense and change the subject matter, change the agenda, come with the positives of our city, the development, the high tech, how we are focusing on life and creating a better world. These are messages that resonate very, very well, especially when they come from our city, the capital, Jerusalem. I will end my short speech by again commending and thank you all. Our doors, my door in the municipality is open for sharing thoughts and information with you. I find that the more people learn, the more sometimes rumors take life of their own in the world, and the more we combat with facts and with smart positioning, the more we have a network of people sharing the knowledge, the better off we are. So I want to say thank you. I anticipate and expect lots of close relationship with you, especially now with the Jerusalem branch. We are at your service, and we see you as strategic partners and shareholders of the city. Good luck, ולהתראות בשמחות. תודה רבה.